If you're thinking about moving to Houston or you want to find a new place to live, then this video is for you. We're going to be talking about the Museum District here in Houston and what I like about living in the Museum District. My name is Katie Day, and our team helps people move into and around the greater Houston area. So back in 1977, the Museum District in Houston began as a grassroots community movement led by Alexandra Marshall. The concept was to create a pedestrian-friendly district with the Museum of Fine Arts at the intersection of Bissonnette and Montrose Boulevard at its core. The area had fallen into disrepair, badly needing attention from local, county, and state governments to improve roads, beautify the area, and provide a safe area for pedestrians and cyclists. Eventually, by 1983, the Houston Museum District Association, HMDA, was formed to oversee the development of the district. The association worked with the city to improve the infrastructure, including sidewalks, streetlights, and landscaping. It also worked to attract new museums to the area. Since its creation, the numerous efforts have included community improvement projects, planting trees, adding in and planning new sidewalks, construction, expansion, development and beautification, and the establishment of public transportation to and from the area, as well as police support and various cultural events. Now, you may be thinking, where is the Museum District? And there are two different differentiations for what can be considered the Museum District, and the first is the real estate or geographic space, and the second would be the Museum District. But I'm going to show you on the map where it's located. So obviously being near the museums is where the Museum District is considered to be, but when you look at the map for the Museum District or you search it on Google, what you have is Main Street over here to the west. Up on the north, you have US 59. On the east side, it's basically everything that's west of 288, and it kind of pops over here to Alameda and then goes south down to Herman Park and the Medical Center. So it's between kind of Herman Park and the Medical Center area in Houston. And so that's what's considered to be kind of the real estate section of what is considered the Museum District. When you look at the museums, it's broken up into 4 different parts, looking both on this side here as well as some over here in Montrose and Midtown when you talk about like the museums and if you're visiting the Museum District to come hang out and look at different things. We have another video that goes into all of the museums in the Museum District, so check that out as well. So while we have an entire video about all of the museums in the district, I want to talk today about the top 4 most popular ones. The first one's the Museum of Fine Arts here in Houston. It's the largest museum in Texas. It has a collection of over 60,000 plus works of art, paintings, sculptures, and things like that. Number 2 is the Museum of Natural Science. It's a great place to learn about the natural world. It's got exhibits on dinosaurs, animals, plants, and space. It also has a planetarium and a butterfly center. Number 3 is pretty cool. It's the Children's Museum of Houston. It's a great place for kids of all ages. They have exhibits on everything from dinosaurs to space to the human body. And there's a ton of interactive activities in order to keep kids engaged. And then finally, number 4, as far as popularity, is the Menil Collection. It's one of the most renowned museums in the world, and the bulk of the collection is made up of a once private collection, which I think is pretty cool. It houses a ton of modern and contemporary art, and it also has works by Picasso, Matisse, and Warhol. They also do a lot of cool events in the spring and fall. As far as architecture and homes in the area, just like most of Houston's inner loop neighborhoods, you've got a mix of architecture and things that are happening. The first thing that I want to talk about are high-rise condo buildings. So you have a few different high-rise condos in the Museum District. You've got Warwick Towers. It's a 35-story building. It was built in '69, and it has 360 units. It's located at 1111 Herman Drive, and it steps away from the Museum of Fine Arts. 1400 Herman, located at 1400 Herman, is a great building, provides views of Herman Park and downtown. It was built in '57 and it has 108 units. The Park Lane is a 25-story building. It was built in 1980. It has 270 units. It's located at 1701 Herman Drive, also across the street from the Museum of Fine Arts. The Venue Museum District is a 33-story building. It was built in 2014 and has 400 units. It's located at 5353 Fannin Street. The Spires is a 42-story building. It was built in 2008 and has 432 units. It's located at 2520 Robin Hood, just east of the Museum of Fine Arts. And then you've got the Mosaic, which is a 30-story building built in 2006. It has 340 units, and you've got 2 different buildings there. So you've also got homes and townhomes and multifamily. This is an area where there's a really wide range of the types and styles and even price points in the area. You can find things built in the 1930s, and you can also find new construction. So since there's such a wide range of types and styles and price points in the museum district, you're really going to need to figure out where you want to live if the museum district is somewhere you want to live. So when we actually look at what is available in the area, as you can see, there's a lot of different stuff throughout the area. When we actually dig into the properties and look at the properties and the photos of them, you have everything from multi-unit buildings to lots, is a condo, this is a high rise, another high rise, another high rise. And so there's a lot of different stuff that you're able to purchase, again, depending on your price point and depending on what you are looking to do. So you have townhome style homes that were built in like the 2000s. You have more newer type construction. And so when we look at price points right now, there's anything from $325,000 all the way up to $1.9 million. There are condos, there are multifamily, mid and high-rise condo, and different things like that. And so when we look again at these, you have different things in high rises. You have a home that was built in 2007 that's a townhome that's 4 bedrooms. You have a little bit older townhomes that are 3 bedrooms. You have this awesome $1.9 million home with a pool, other townhomes and things like that. So you're really going to want to figure out what neighborhood you want to be in, and then you can kind of narrow your search from there, depending on the different streets and areas here in the museum district specifically. Some additional things to consider if you're thinking about living in the museum district. The first thing that I love is obviously the proximity to all of the museums. You have 19 museums in close proximity or walking distance from the area. The cultural scene and the different things that you can do are honestly so varied. So whether it's art, science, maybe even catching a concert at the Miller Outdoor Theater, there's so much to do no matter your age or your interest. During the spring and summer, they do free concerts at Miller Outdoor Theater, which is cool because you can reserve seats and sit under the shaded area, or you can do lawn seats and bring like a bottle of wine and make it a picnic. The second thing are great restaurants. My 2 favorite for an easy and quick meal are Barnaby's and Fadi's off of Bidden Street. Both offer quick and easy dining for you to get in and out. Barnaby's has great burgers and salads, and then Fadi's offers delicious Mediterranean food, and both have locations all over town, but these are both off Bidden Street. If you're looking for something southern, Lucille's off of La Branch is really good. They're open for 2 different services like breakfast and brunch, and then they break and are open for dinner. They are also closed on Mondays, so don't go there on Monday. If you're looking for something a little fancier, you've got Davis Street at Herman Park that's only open for dinner and then Sunday brunch. The Monarch at Hotel Zaza off Main, and MF Sushi off of Main, which MF Sushi is only open for dinner as well. You can't talk about food in the museum district and not mention the Turkey Leg Hut off of Alameda. They have over 11,000 reviews on Google. They have a varied menu, but obviously they're known for their turkey legs. You'll be able to figure out where they are based on the massive crowd and line out the door. Just down the street, you also have Reggae Hut. I also like Lynn's Vietnamese off of Alameda. They have quick and easy sandwiches, rice plates, pho, and boba. While there isn't as much food in areas, say, as like Midtown or Montrose or maybe even Edo, I think there are a lot of great options here in the museum district. If you're into coffee, there are a few good coffee shops in the area. You've got Urban Brew off of Cleburne by 59 and 288. They have tasty crepes and pastries as well as smoothies. My other favorite's Mo Better Brews off of Southmore. They have a fully vegan menu, and one of my favorite dishes is their fried mushroom and waffle. Another favorite is Retrospect off of La Branch. If you hop on the other side of 59, there's also Common Bond that's open in the Ion, and just during the week. Finally is the location and walkability. So in the museum district, since you're close to 59 and 288, that'll get you around town pretty easily. You're also right by Main Street, so you're able to hop onto the Metro Rail and go towards the Medical Center or NRG or downtown. You're just north of Herman Park and Brays Bayou Park, as well as the Medical Center. I've had some clients that were like couples or a small family that shared a car, since one maybe worked in the Med Center or downtown and it didn't require a lot of driving and they were able to, use public transportation. At the end of the day, if you've got questions about living in the museum district, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.